Hello guys, welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Natalie Rydstrom. I've got three of the best cappers in the industry here. I've got Bernardo from theowltips.com and I've got Alex, needfortips.com and then Stuart from tipsterhq.com. It was the live
starting there. Love the way you paused.
No, but I've got the live feed going. So anybody who wants to ask any questions, and it started in my ear, so it threw me off there. So so we're all here. We're looking now at the Europa League picks of the day, starting soon. We've got a couple of hours there to get our tips in. But guys, thanks so much for being here.
No problem.
Thank you for inviting us.
No problem.
Awesome. Now we've got it. I find Europa League matches harder to predict and to bet on than I do Champions League. I think because there's just so many happening a day, and there's teams that I don't know. But how have you guys got on? I'm going to start, Bernardo, with you. How many sort of selections have you got for today? How many matches are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking for 3 matches, and I have other 2 under my eye. But well, the first one is the same as the previous week of Europa League, Zurich versus Steaua. I still like the over 2, and also both teams to score on that game. It's true that well, it was void on last. We still have some value. The odd is not huge, but the over 2 is very close to 1.7, and both teams to score is around 2.0. So I would say that split your stake between those 2 lines and you get an odd average of one good way to approach this game.
Excuse me one second. About that specific game, I want to add something. Steaua doesn't have good forward players. We know it, and in the winter time they will bring some forward players in. So I will not risk on betting both teams to score on Steaua's game. I would prefer to say that Zurich will win the game. And the odd is perfect for that.
All right, yeah, you can get that about 2.2. Bernardo, do you disagree though with Alex there? You think both teams will score?
Yes, I think that Zurich, well, they are also weak on defense. I can understand Alex's point of view. Of course, that well, if they are going to get backups on the winter time, well, they need it. They also need on defense. Defense is also very weak. So I think that with 2 weak sides on defense, I still like both teams to score, even with that lack of potential up in the front that Alex just said.
Okay, all right. So going for both teams scoring the over 2 and 5 goals. Stu, any leans on that match?
No, not on that one. I'm only looking at 4 matches. I managed to cut it right down and just get down to 4 matches. A couple of whom I've actually bet on before and lost. So it might be an interesting one.
All right, but Bernardo, I'll go back to you. So you said you're looking at 3. So you mentioned Zurich versus Steaua Bucharest. What are the other 2?
Yeah, the other 2, well, even Shakhtar not needing at the moment is almost with qualified. I think that, well, there is still some value. The difference between these 2 teams is huge. They play on the road. I won't risk the money line. I think that money line around 2 and minus 0.25 around 175 for me, it's better. So I'm going with that minus 0.25 around 175 pinnacle. I think that it's the best way. Well, it can end 1-1, and I lose half of my stake, but I think that most of the times they're going to win the game. So that's going to be my approach on Ghent versus Shakhtar. Paulo Fonseca loves these kind of cups, so he wants to get 3 points. It's true that on the mind of the players, they know that they are already qualified, but I think that they can grab 3 points on the road again.
All right. Anybody got anything to add to that?
I like the fact that every time that he says about Shakhtar, he says about Fonseca, you know? He knows the style of him.
Yeah, I love the guy.
What could be the link?
Noted there, Alex. Well noted. All right, and then your 3rd match, Bernardo.
Well, the 3rd match is well, I think that is one of the best values, like on Champions League, Alex said on Monaco. I think that is in France too. Nice versus Salzburg. Well, the odds dropped a little bit, but it was around 198 a few hours ago. Now 192, something close to that. Nice to win the game versus Salzburg. I think that it's a good value too.
All right. I've got we've got a couple of questions here, which is mainly sort of centered around the Manchester United Fenerbahce match, and I think that that's probably one of the most, a lot of eyes will be on this match here. Obviously, Manchester United on the road at Fenerbahce, you can get them for about 2.2. Manchester United are the favourites here to win the Europa League right now, priced around 6.5, followed by Roma 17. So heavy favourites to win the Europa League. Anybody got any leans on this match? Any tips? Going to start with you, Stuart.
No, I'm avoiding this one, but I would certainly not be putting my money on Manchester United to win the Europa League. I mean, a UK team taking this competition seriously enough to actually win it, it's a bit of a stretch for me. I just don't see it happening.
All right, Alex, what about yourself?
Yeah, I will risk the over 2.5 goals, price that's 2.15 right now. I think that it will be an open match. Fenerbahce needs the 3 points. They are in the third place in Europa League with 4 points and 2 points under Feyenoord and Manchester United. So they will force the winning of this match. I think that Manchester United is, even though they are not in a good form, they are killing it on the break. So if Fenerbahce opens, it will be a game full of goals.
All right, game full of goals. Bernardo.
Well, I can agree with Alex about goals. Yeah, if I had to risk, I would risk on goals. I think that, well, it's true what Stuart said about English teams. They usually, they importance to Europa League. However, Mourinho came this week telling that, he wants something from this Europa League because, it's a way to spot on Champions League in case he fails.
Yeah, but
on
Mourinho wants something from whatever.
Yeah,
Mourinho wants everything from everything,
He wanted something from the Chelsea match. That didn't happen.
He wants something also from Premier League, but I don't think this year.
No.
Yeah, you also have to remember this is the same Mourinho that when Rafa Benitez won the Europa League with Chelsea, he said, what did he win with Chelsea? He won the Europa League. That's nothing, he said. So that shows exactly how he feels about the competition.
Yeah. Somebody's also saying Manchester United draw no bet. Like, could that be like a good option? Like, I personally, if I were to play the outright, I would definitely look at like a draw no bet, something like that. Bernardo, what do you think?
Well, since in terms of the winners market, I would avoid it. Yes, well, it's not easy also to play Turkish.
1.5, very small.
Oh, then no.
Way low.
Yeah, the odds are too low.
Too low. Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look here. So, Alex, please tell me your top plays. You killed it in the Champions League yesterday. So we will come to you, killer of the Champions League bets. What are your what matches are you looking at, and what are your best plays?
Most of all in Europa League, I'm looking at the goals market, and I'm choosing my best player of the day, Ajax with Celta Vigo, over 2.5 goals in the match, priced at 1.95, even 2 with the Paddy Power. I found it all over the internet. And my second top tip is the one that Bernardo said. You can find one of the tipsters said it also in our site, Nice, or how I like to say them, nice, to win over Salzburg, at around 1.91.
All right, but you said you got 4. You said you got 4. That's 2.
Yeah, Zurich totally winning against Steaua Bucharest. Steaua Bucharest, it's all eyes on the internal domestic league. Europa League came second to them this year. They don't have the necessary players to fight with the teams that are in their group. And I think that Zurich will win on their turf. And I think that also Villarreal with Osmanli Sport in the same group with Steaua and Zurich we can see also there the over 2.5 goals in the match.
Yeah.
So this gives us 4 options.
Awesome stuff. Okay, and moving over to Stuart there. You said you've narrowed it down to 4 as well.
Yeah, I've got 4 as well. Starting with Austria Vienna against AS Roma, and I backed Roma last time and they let me down, and I'm backing them again. Unfortunately, the odds are dropping down to 1.62 with William Hill, which is getting a little bit too low even for me. You know,
yeah, that is getting.
Then I'm on Sassuolo against Rapid Vienna. I'm expecting a Sassuolo win. Backed them last time, and I'm expecting them to really do the business this time. You can get up to 2, but that depends on the bookie. The best decent bookie I found, 1.93 with 5 dimes. I'm quite happy with that. It's okay. Let's see what else. I'm also on Nice, or Nice, as they say. Balotelli is going to be back, I understand, for this one. He's going to be fit, which they managed to win without him last time against Salzburg. And I think the odds are pretty good for a home win, so I like that. And my last bet is another one that I backed last time out. Last time it was a bit of a shock. I said that Southampton would beat Inter. And this time, Southampton are the favourites against managerless Inter Milan. So yeah, 1.75 with William Hill. It's the odds I had down here. I just want to check them quickly.
For the Southampton win.
Yeah, Southampton win.
Yeah, I've got 1.95 here at the moment. You get 1.91.
Really? Odds are definitely shot up then.
1.91 bet 365.
1.92 with SBO bet, so that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Southampton.
Who came instead of Frank de Boer right now? Who is the manager of Inter?
I think their youth team manager is taking charge of this one.
Very good, very good Southampton.
so you're adding one of those to your picks of the day, you Alex, Southampton to win.
No, but I prefer Sassuolo. I prefer Sassuolo.
Yeah.
Very good team when they're playing home. They are killing it on Serie A. I like to bet a lot when they are playing both teams to score in whatever game it comes from Serie A. Sassuolo, also Torino, but Sassuolo win at home. I think it's very doable, and the winner tip from Stuart.
Yeah. Also, week 3 there, Inter Milan versus Southampton. There was only 1 goal scored now at Southampton. Do you think, obviously, because somebody was saying here that there were a lot of chances created in the Southampton versus Inter game, even in incredibly greasy conditions? Do you think we're going to see more goals in this match, or would the under again be the way to go? Going to ask you, Bernardo.
Well, I think that, Inter is a team with a big investment, but, they are disappointing a lot, and it's very hard to predict if they're going to concede a couple of goals or not here. I think that Southampton is favorite. I can't understand why the odds are drifting now, because before we start filming, the odds were around 1.8, something like that, and now, while we are filming with higher limits, they are around 1.92. I think that, if I were to back an over here, I would back the over of Southampton, so over 1.25. I think at home, they're going to score at least once, and they can score twice. I would skip the over line of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So before here we recap. So go through you've all given a selection of tips.
Natalie, let me just, I think there are 2 games, not so strong, but that are interesting, which are Fiorentina versus Liberec. Slovan Liberec, the odds are low for Fiorentina, but it's on goals market. I think that both teams to score around 2.25 on that game deserves at least a small shot also. Okay. Liberec is scoring easily, especially in Europe. So I think that, and Fiorentina is not so consistent, and 2.25 deserves a small shot there. And about Anderlecht versus Mainz, it's not a strong lean, but the draw bet at home, 1.94, very close to even, also seems a good bet, but also for small stakers than the other 3 that I referred before. So yeah, more 2 games.
Anderlecht versus Mainz, I was thinking also at over 2.5 earlier, and also both teams to score if it is.
Yeah, I was looking at that one, and I thought there'd be goals in it, but I actually thought the Mainz might come out the winners in that one, so I avoided it. But it's probably good considering all the loggerheads on it.
All right. Anybody got anything else to add before I ask you your one favourite pick of the day?
No.
No. All right then. So Alex, starting with you, you obviously you gave 4, but what one bet would you say if somebody only wanted to play one bet for the whole of today? Which one would it be?
Nice, cool.
Nice. I
Everyone
will
likes
put a
Nice.
lot of money in Nice, of course, but no, not Nice for the best tip. I prefer Ajax with the Celta Vigo, the over 2.5 goals in the game.
Okay.
But also Nice is good.
Or Nice there for our viewers. And Bernardo, what would be your favourite tip of the day, or
Well,
surefire tip?
I could say both teams to score between Zurich and Steaua, but not. I'm going to say Nice.
Nice.
Okay. All right. And then you, Stuart, what would be your tip of the day?
Well, I had to go for a French team last night with Monaco. Well, we call them French Principality. I'm not going to carry on the trend. I'm not going to go with these guys. I'm going to go for Sassuolo. I think Sassuolo is my tip of the day.
I said it. Exactly what I said.
All right. All right. Fantastic stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck with your tips, and we'll check in for the next round of Champions League and Europa League picks. And guys, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.